welcome back to my channel. Happy Mother's Day to you. Today, the day I'm actually filming this, is Mother's Day, but when you actually see it, it'll be a couple days after. So I hope you had a fantastic Mother's Day. To all the mamas that's watch this, and there's a ton of moms that follow me, and also to the aunties, grandmas, sisters, cousins who are raising children that may not be biologically theirs, but are theirs in their heart, and also the dads. Happy Mother's Day to the dads who are both mom and dad to their children. Super dads, can't leave you out. Today we are talking about my top 10 must-haves for business. Now this is my product-based businesses, meaning that you actually ship out a product to a customer. All right, not for a service-based business. These are my top 10 things that you need for a product-based business. These are some things that I use for my boutiques. I'm going to tag or list everything in the description that I possibly can find the links for that I actually use. I'll insert pictures on the screen for things that I don't actually have in my hands, so that you guys can check them out and get them for your business. All right, so let's get started. All right, number one, the first thing that I recommend having for your business, especially in the early stages, are business cards. Now, I'll insert a picture of a business card that I use over here, but I don't use business cards in every single package that I ship out to customers, but I do make sure that I have business cards when it comes down to pop-up shops. If I'm going to any speaking events, anything where it's like networking, I always have something really small, really quick with information on it that I can just hand to a future customer to be able to see my socials, my real name, my boutique name, if there's boutique address or phone number or anything that will just get them back to me really quickly. I just want to make sure it's on there. So I mostly use those at pop-up shops. I throw them in every package that people buy, and I also have them just on my table. It's helped me out a lot with a lot of things. It's got me a lot of likes on Facebook, so new people that I can retarget, and also on Instagram. So business cards, you can make your own like I did on Canva, or you can outsource and get someone on Fiverr to make one for you. Or you could also, I think Vistaprint might have some templates you can use. Creative Market, those are all great places. I went the most inexpensive route and actually created my own with my own design software, and then went to Office Depot and had them print them out for me. Okay, number two, looking to see if I have one here. The thank you card that goes in packaging. So that's a completely different thing, a business card. Your business card is actually your information, just how to find you. Your thank you card is literally just saying thank you, reconnecting with your customer. So mine are actually, I used to have really expensive, really fancy cards that had Instagram and all of that on that, and I stopped doing that. I just got a really basic card that, so you can see it, that got made, and it just says hello gorgeous on it. Hello gorgeous, say hello to your new favorite. Thank you for supporting our small business. We hope this order makes your day. So just something really cute, really short. It's on brand because I use a lot of gold in my brand. I stick it in every package, and that's that. Just a quick thank you to my, sorry, the light got weird. Quick thank you to all of my customers. So that goes in every order. Sometimes I have like a special code I want to use, or a special like discount for a specific customer having a certain amount of orders. And I literally stick this in my printer, and I just have a label printed right on it. Or I'll get my mom, she's really good with making labels. I'll get her to make a sticky label, and I'll stick that right on there, so that this is just always the base, and I can add anything I want to it, the front or the back, because it's plain. Something that also works out really great in the beginning is actually writing handwritten notes on these. If you have nice handwriting, if not, find someone that does to help you out, or just type on them, or get a stamp. You can get personalized stamps made as well. I always just wrote a little note to my customers with my real name, so they can actually interact with the owner. That's always a big deal. So do things like that as well. So these, I actually got these on Amazon. I did not make these because they were on Amazon for a pretty inexpensive price. I'll tag them down below if you want to grab some. Up next, very obvious, poly mailers. I don't have my poly mailer sitting here with me, but I use just plain black poly mailers, and I just put a logo sticker on the front. Sometimes I don't. I just put everything inside. But it's a regular poly mailer. You can get pretty poly mailers in any color under the sun on Amazon. I got a pack of like 500 for $30. Of the black poly mailers, you can get small ones, like little bubble mailers for lashes. I recommend bubble mailers for lash businesses. They're just really cute. They're smaller. You don't have a huge poly mailer for those. You can also get fancy and get poly mailers have your logo on them, like printed out, like from Etsy. Etsy does that. You can also do that on Vistaprint. You can do that on so many other sites as well, where you can just, one second, the lighting just got so gross in here. And let me see if I can turn up my, okay, one second. All right, I had to let some more light in, opened up my curtains in my bedroom. So bags, you can get as fancy as you like or as basic as you like. I don't recommend spending a ton of money on personalized mailers in the beginning, just because they get thrown away anyway. So I mean, I would just save that money to spend on marketing and inventory. This is something that I did not have at the very beginning of my business, and I regret it so much. I spent so much money by not having this item. A ROLLO printer. I know a lot of people say use the Dynamo. That's like $200. I got a ROLLO for, I think it was under $100. Life-changing. If you don't know what a ROLLO printer is, it is a thermal printer. So you don't need to buy ink ever again. You just need labels, your printer, and your laptop. If you watched my packing orders video, I'll link it up here in the cards. I showed you how easy it was to just plug the printer into my computer, click print label, it prints it out, no ink needed, and it's already on sticky paper, and I slap it right onto the poly mailer and take it to UPS. It is incredibly simple to use, and I don't need to buy ink. Now, of course, if you're not ready to invest in a ROLLO printer, you could use a regular standard printer. That's what I started out with. But with that printer, every time you have an order, you're using ink. I had a Canon printer. I still have a Canon printer. Actual ink. You need color ink, black ink, and it's so expensive, and sometimes it's really hard to find. So if I was out of ink, I was struggling to get my orders out because I didn't have anything to print my orders with. So you can do that with your regular printer. Just print, use some packaging tape, tape it onto the front of your mailer and mail it out that way. But I highly recommend, if you're going to invest in something in your business early, get that ROLLO printer. It's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of money. You never have to buy ink for labels ever again. I'll link what I purchased down below. I also got, I think, 1,000 ROLLO labels for, I think, $12 to $14. 1,000 labels. That's amazing. Okay, up next, I'm going to talk about labels. So if you are like me, you have some items that you actually have a manufacturer create ground up from you. You tell them, you know, the design, the design, the style, the fabric, everything, and they make it from scratch personally for your brand. I highly recommend getting someone to private label those for you, meaning that the tag will actually have your name on it. Some things you purchase wholesale, meaning that you have a relationship with a wholesale vendor. They make the products, you go and buy them at wholesale price, and then you sell them for retail price in your store. Typically those things will come with their labels in it, and you can either pay to have them relabeled or just ship it off with that label in them. I've done both, but I highly recommend private labeling, getting your name on clothing, because that is constant marketing. It's in the back of, it looks more professional because it's just in the clothes anyway. This is something that I am actually in the process of working on right now in my business. This is something that I am currently going all in, trying to find the best private label company that I can, because it's very important. When someone asks you about your outfit, you look at the label, tell them, you know, it's just a great thing to do, and this looks so much more professional, especially when you're moving into pop-up shops. When people get your item that's already on there. There's companies, there's some in LA, where when you purchase your clothing from a wholesale vendor or your the manufacturer will do it for you, but if you purchase from a wholesale vendor, you can have your items shipped straight from the wholesale company to your private label company. They will private label all of your packs and then send them to you. I found that out on, I think, maybe I was watching a Boss Mama Jackie YouTube video. I think it was Allie Mick, I don't know. I'll link her down below if I can find the video I was watching, but she gets her things private labeled before they even get to her. She has actual brick and mortar. So they get labeled before they even come to her at her store, which is awesome. And I think I'm going to definitely be investing in that. It's probably a little bit pricey, but totally worth it just to have everything on brand and completely for you and your business. Up next, this is something you absolutely have to have no matter what. If you're shipping items, you're gonna want to get a shipping scale. So this is my scale. It's made by Accutech, And I actually got this on Amazon as well. And this is just so I can pre-label all of my poly mailers, all my bags, all my orders before they get out. If you don't have this, you're gonna have to stand in line at UPS or USPS or FedEx or wherever you ship and wait for them to weigh your item, and you're gonna have to pay there. Using your scale, literally, let me get close so I can kind of show you guys. Literally for this, all I do is I turn on, it zeroes out. If it doesn't zero out, you just push 0 so that it all turns to zeros. Hold on. Okay, and then once it's all 0, you literally just place your item on top, and then it's gonna tell you your weight. You can change it to pounds or kilograms. Of course, I use pounds, but you just put your item right on top. It'll tell you how much it weighs. And then on the platform I use, which is Shopify, highly recommend Shopify. When you're actually printing out your shipping label, it'll say weight right on there. So if your item was, you know, 12 ounces, you type 12 ounces in Shopify, click create label, and it'll give you a label that you're prepaying for. I charge all of my customers a flat rate of $5 for shipping. So as you can see, I don't think I showed you guys. So it is a scale. So I charge all my customers a flat rate of $5 for shipping. That is definitely less than what UPS charges me, but I try to keep shipping as low as possible because I know as a shopper, no one wants to pay shipping. So I keep it really low, even number, $5, doesn't based on weight. But knowing that, I keep that in mind when pricing my products. Little side tip, I have learned that customers would much rather pay $40 for an outfit rather than you charge them $30 and then make them pay, you know, $10 or more for shipping. They'd much rather get the lower end of the shipping and pay more for the product. So that's what I go with because that's what seems to work. But doing this, you prepay for your label and then slap it on there and it goes out. So this is really helpful so you don't have to stand those long lines and pay when you get to your distributor. If you're like me, I use UPS and I never go in the store unless it's a huge poly mailer that won't fit in the drop box, because UPS has drop boxes. So you can literally pack up your orders, pre-label them, take them to a drop box, and UPS comes and picks it up 2 to 3 times a day. So go with this. I don't have this with me in my hand, but I'll insert a picture on the screen, some kind of card reader. This is a must-have for, especially if you are a brick and mortar, but I think it's a must-have for any product-based business, because if you're selling products, you should be getting out in person to pop-up shops. If you are an all online store, people need, there's motorcycles going down the street, so sorry if you heard that. You need to be able to go to pop-up shops to get people to actually feel your products, meet you. That is a huge part of pop-up shops, is just the customers getting to see you and seeing that you're a real person, your energy, your personality. So if they want to shop with you again because you make them feel so great and so welcome, you need to get out there and do that. So that's a big deal. So pop-up shops, you need a card reader, because typically you aren't going to be able to have your customer say, oh, you want to buy this shirt that's hanging here? Go on my website. Like, they don't want to do that. They want to pick the shirt up off the rack, bring it to you, swipe their card, and be done. So if you have a Shopify-based store, you can get a free card reader from Shopify. And it's one of the standalone ones. It sits on the table and they can scan. I recommend having 2 or 3 different ones. If you have Afterpay, Afterpay also has a reader you can use. I don't know if Sezzle has one, but Square definitely has one you can get, and so does Shopify. So I have 3 different readers. So when we go to pop shops, there's one that my mom can click in her phone. I have one on the table. There's one I can click in my phone as well, and anyone else I bring to work our table all has a way for customers to pay. There's never a line at my table because there's always a way to pay quickly and get out of there. Shopify readers connect straight to your inventory, which is awesome. So that means if someone purchases outfits at your pop-up shop, you don't have to manually go in and change your inventory, because typically when people are shopping in person, people are still shopping online. You want to make sure your inventory is up to date. Those card readers link directly to your website. So get a card reader because you need to get to these pop-up shops. Speaking of pop-up shops, Nobel Boutique is having a pop-up shop. We're coming up on being 1 year old. We're coming up on a year, and we're gonna celebrate by celebrating a whole bunch of local small businesses. If you don't know, I'm in Maryland. I'm in Southern Maryland. So we're having a pop-up shop on June 26th to celebrate. Right now we have like 15 or 16 small businesses coming. There's a link in my bio if you want to come as well, or if you want to share that link with a small business that you know that wants to come, or just come and shop, come and see us in person. There's going to be exclusive items there, things that you can only get at the pop-up shop. Come and see how I run a pop-up shop if you are a business, so that you can see how, you know, other people decorate their tables, what merchandise you use. Just a quick tip, you want to make your pop-up shop a little bit special for the people that are coming, okay? Because what reason do they have to get off their couch and come to in-person shop when they get to sit on the couch and shop with you? Okay, but that's a whole nother video for another day. That's a whole nother video for another day. The point is, get yourself a card reader because pop-up shops are important, and come to our pop-up shop because you can support a ton of amazing small businesses, including us. Next is lighting. A ring light, any kind of light. So there are two major types of lighting that I use. Really three if you include natural light. So natural light is the best. I've learned that taking pictures outside has been fantastic. So of course natural lighting's awesome. Ring light, that's what I'm sitting in front of right now. That's that big circle light I would show you, but I'm filming, so I'll insert a picture here on one of these sides, and I'll also link in the bio the actual kit that I use. And also I use shadow boxes, I think you call them. It's like the big square lights. I'll link those down below and insert pictures as well. It just works for pictures, because if you're selling a product, you have to get the best pictures you can to sell them, because people aren't seeing your products in person. They have to want them by what they see online. So that's what I use for that. With that comes, like what's behind me now, this is a backdrop. I don't have this wall in my bedroom. As you can see, this is a backdrop. I would also throw in here with the lighting, like a little bonus tip, is a backdrop holder and some backdrops, because you're gonna wanna take pictures with a clean backdrop, or if you're doing lifestyle pictures outside, you wanna make sure that your background is as nice as possible, as clean as possible, so that, I'm sorry, I have like a piece of hair on my lip. Pause. You wanna make sure your backdrop is as clean as possible, as clear as possible, so that the product really stands out on camera. So I definitely recommend getting some different backdrops and a backdrop holder so that you can do that. I take a lot of my own pictures right now. I've used my iPhone for pretty much the whole first year of business. I just purchased a professional camera, the Canon, I have it right here. This is the Canon, I don't even know what this is. Oh, the Canon 420 IS. This is what I purchased. It's nothing too crazy. It wasn't too expensive. I also got this on Amazon. I can link it down below as well. I got this from, so you can see, I got this from Amazon for I think $250 to $260. It did not come with a memory card, so you need to buy one of those, but it's great quality. The only thing it's great for like product pictures, but the only thing I don't like about this, it doesn't have a viewfinder. So I definitely think I'm gonna be upgrading this pretty soon. But this is my Canon. I think for some of my upcoming pictures, I am gonna hire a professional photographer, but that's not something you need for business. You can do pretty much everything under the sun with an iPhone. My husband just got the 12 Pro Max, and that's a professional camera in itself. It's an amazing camera, and I'm gonna be stealing it to take my upcoming pictures. He doesn't know that yet. Up next kind of goes back with the pictures. You need a tripod. Just so you, like right now, I'm filming this video on a tripod, but when you're taking your pictures, if you don't have someone that's taking pictures for you, or you don't have a professional photographer, you need somewhere to host your camera. Like your camera can sit on the tripod and you can move it all around, or you need somewhere to put your phone so you can take pictures. You just need the tripod so that you can have your camera sitting there, turn the self timer, and take pictures of yourself and your product. I also got mine off of Amazon. I actually don't like the tripod that I have. It's kind of flimsy and not great, but it gets the job done. But my dad I use his tripod for pretty much all of my business pictures because it's much better than mine. So I want to put a link down to my dad's tripod down below that I use all the time because it's sturdy. It was inexpensive. I think it was like 35 bucks, and it's great. So another little bonus item that I want to throw in there are these stickers. I talked about these in that video that I posted above in the cards. These are just fun little stickers that have little messages like treat yourself, happy mail, you have great taste. I got these stickers really inexpensive on Amazon, and I stick them on the poly mailer seal part, just something else cute when they open their bag. They can see this little message, just something else that just makes my customer feel special. The last thing that I'm going to recommend is a dry erase board. I know it sounds crazy, but when it comes down to having your own business, especially product-based business, you need to have a dry erase board for planning and strategy. Hey guys, just to let you know, my June strategy sessions are open. There's a link in the description. You could use a notebook, but I think just having a dry erase board right above wherever you work, wherever your workspace is, above your desk, wherever, with your goals, with your notes, with the products you're coming in, your marketing, that's gonna be amazing. So I have a video coming up showing you guys how I plan for my income for the month. And I'll get more into how I use a dry erase board, but I literally every month. So the last week of April, I was at that board marking out what products I have coming in, the price of that product, how I'm gonna market that product, where I'm gonna market, and what events I'm gonna be going to do these things, to plan how much money I wanna make. So my goal for May is to make $12,000 based off of biker shorts, just like butter sets, sweatsuits, and a couple of new pieces that are coming in. That's it. Like, I don't plan to do anything fancy or new. I'm going to be marketing down those items to make this goal. So I use my dry erase board to plan out how I'm going to do that. Am I going to run ads? What emails am I going to send? Am I going to send a text message? What am I going to post? How much are these items going to be? How far down am I going to mark them? How often am I going to post? All that goes on my board so I can follow that to get to my goal. You need a dry erase board. You need somewhere to plan this. It's a non-negotiable. There's also a ton of online tools like Trello that I use to plan out marketing as well, but there's something about just constantly when I'm working to have that board right there in front of my face that helps me get the job done. Got my board from Office Depot. I think it was like $15, but you can get them anywhere. You can get a very inexpensive board at Target. Even Dollar General probably has a board. Just get yourself a board. All right, you guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.